Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining Real Drinks with Ali Flores. I'm your host, Ali Flores, and this is the podcast where we talk about movies and we have drinks. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Today's guest is a very good friend of mine. I've known him for, over 20 years. I mean, it's been forever since I've known this guy. He has worked in film, television. He's done a lot of things all over the place. He's out in LA. Very good friend of mine, John Donahue. John, how are you?
Ali. It is Ali, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Doing great, man. Yes. Having a good time in LA, man. It's a heat wave out here.
Yeah. Are you okay with the fires going on? I know there's all kinds of stuff going on.
I am not even near them, thank God. No, I'm just chilling in my my pad. No fires near me, but it is pretty bad.
Yeah. Is it pretty smoky there?
Oh no, I haven't noticed anything. I don't leave the house, so I'm assuming it's not smoky.
Okay.
So no, but seriously, I'm in the valley, more like Hollywood Valley, like the valley, and then there's Hollywood. It's not near us, but yeah, from what I understand, it's really awful.
You're near where we met for drinks.
Yeah, the Viva Cantina, which is no longer there anymore because of the COVID closed this place down. It was a great Tex-Mex restaurant, and it's a shame because I don't have a go-to place anymore. Now it's Grubhub. Which sucks. Yeah. So.
That stinks, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about what you do, how we know each other. Let's go back a little bit.
Let's start with how we know each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we mention Grindr?
Yes. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. Oh, let's go with the one we rehearsed. I met you in Orlando, Florida. We both worked at Universal Studios there. In fact, to be more specific, Nickelodeon Studios, which was a part of Universal at the time. And we were both Game Lab assistants and rose through the ranks there to the ultimate nothing. We really didn't go far.
No, not in that place. There was
not
really
there.
There.
No.
We went away.
But it was a fun time. Just going to work every day and having fun, playing every day and getting paid for it. It was amazing.
And you started out, you were at Jaws first, right?
I was at Jaws, which is still the greatest ride ever. And thank you, Harry Potter. It's gone now. But just on the theme park front, it's just like I miss actual rides with animatronics. Sound like the old man saying, "Get off my lawn." But now it's all you sit down, you're watching a 3D movie. I think after a pandemic, though, and being in the house quarantine, do people really want to pay $100 to go to a theme park and sit and watch another movie?
They kind of do. I don't know.
Well, you're in Florida, so you guys don't care.
There's no pandemic here.
You're so. I started at King Kong actually. Then I moved to Jaws, and then I went on to Nickelodeon, and I miss it every day. I miss all that stuff.
Now, when did you move to LA?
20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Moved 20 years ago, 99. And before that, I had moved from Orlando to my hometown of upstate New York because I was broke because, Nickelodeon. I foolishly squandered my millions in some bad bets, and I had to move to upstate New York again to live with the family, and became a news reporter there. And from there, I wanted just to continue acting and being on camera because, I like looking at me. So I moved to Los Angeles in 99.
Nice. And
yes.
You have become a superstar.
Huge. When I first moved here, I got a job at Universal Studios Hollywood because of my numerous connections to the industry.
Yeah.
And I worked at I started at Jurassic Park, but then I auditioned and got the tram tour guide at Universal. So I was a tram tour guide back with Jaws again, their version of Jaws. Anyway, good times. And then I met a producer who was from my hometown who worked on ER, and he got me on ER, and I played the orderly on ER for 4 seasons, and thus getting me into the film and television industry.
And now you're doing pretty good. You've got steady work, it seems.
Yeah, I do character. I'm an actor, so it's I'm the only one in Los Angeles, which is crazy. So my phone is constantly ringing. Yeah, I'm the only actor. It's crazy. You'd think there'd be more. in Hollywood.
That's insane.
But yeah, I do character actor work a lot. I play dads, teachers, cops, lawyers, that kind of stuff. And I met a guy named Tom Hanks on a movie.
Tom
And then we've been
Hanks?
working. Yeah, Tom Hanks. He was in Dragnet and The Man with One Red Shoe. Just some really rare titles. Anyway,
I don't know him.
I
Sorry.
ended up doubling for him for a few years and working my way, into the scenes. So I've been in more movies than Meg Ryan with
Nice.
Tom. So yeah,
Nice.
that's my
Nice.
claim to fame.
And your latest I saw, which I love the fact that it kind of went full circle.
What's that? Oh yeah,
You end up
I
being a
got
news
that role.
reporter.
Yeah, I played local news reporter. I auditioned for it, and then flew to Pittsburgh. I was in Orlando vacationing. I was at the Cabana Bay, or not Cabana Bay. What's the one across the street that I always stay at? The one right across the street.
When I met
Right
you?
there. Yeah, no, Universal property. It's
Oh.
on property. Anyway, I was at a resort. Let's not get into tidbits because I won't be able to.
I can't either.
So anyway, yeah. So I got the call. I booked a job. It was I flew out for 2 days, and it was just one scene with Seth Rogen. I played local reporter because I had reporter experience. So all that, like you just said, came full circle. So an American Pickle. So yeah, it's a fun scene. It was a fun scene to do that with Seth.
Now, was all that scripted, or did you guys play? Because it seems like Seth Rogen would be somebody who likes to play.
It was scripted, and then we just by the third or fourth take, we had some ideas and we went with it, and we just went back and forth. There's so much more. I hope there's a Blu-ray at some point where they'll have the outtakes. I'm hoping every actor hopes their shit is on Blu-ray, all the outtakes and stuff. But we did a lot of outtakes, and Seth was in the director, very, very gracious, and it was a fun day. In fact, it was so much fun. I was walking. I walked back to my hotel in Pittsburgh after I had shot my scene, and I was in such a good mood because it had gone so well. A car was driving by me and splashed me like a big puddle of water, like at the beginning of Working Girl. And I didn't give a shit because I was in such a good mood. And I'm like, well, if that makes you happy, fine. But I won't forget that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I love the fact I watched the movie. It was a lot of fun, and it was cool to see you up there.
Yeah.
Holding your own with Seth Rogen.
That was great.
Awesome.
It was a lot of fun. He was really cool.
Now, if I remember correctly, when we met and we became friends, you worked at a movie theater? Is that where the love of posters happened? What?
I worked at when I was 16 years old. I got a job on my birthday at the Cameo Theater in Binghamton, New York. And I was working the concession stand. We had batteries not included. Anyway, I've always loved movie posters. I love that. One of my favorite artists did the poster. Anyway, I'm a big dork for movie posters, and I've been collecting movie posters since I was 10 years old. The first poster I ever got was Blade Runner. And I've been collecting. I have in the hundreds now, and maybe more. I have more than I need, to the point where, like, at some point, I'm just going to have to get rid of a few and start selling, because I never look at them, and I have the ones that I hang up.
Yeah.
So.
And the rest are just like one sheets.
They're all one sheets. They're all original, no fakes, as far as I know. And I have flat files for them. You open them up, and they're all there A to Z. And I have tubes and tubes. I'm just like, there's just too much.
Yeah.
So anyway.
God, if you got hundreds, do you keep those in your apartment? You get.
Well, I have a flat file. Yeah, I have an office with them in there. So, and I have flip frames. You can change them out. I'm just a big dork. There's two behind me right now, getting ready for Bill and Ted.
I saw the previews. Yeah.
It does. How's it look to you?
Oh, it looks so bad to me. It looks so
Shouldn't
bad.
say that. But I paid the $25 advance fee because I'm like, it's something to do on a Friday night.
Yeah. I am hoping to be pleasantly surprised. That is my hope. Is that yes, it's way better than the previews, because the previews look like shit.
I don't know. It was shot in, was it Baton Rouge? It's like, because there was tax breaks. It happens, but I don't want to say anything negative in case I do Bill and Ted 4. But I hope it's good. I really do, because $25, that's one less night of Grubhub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is. That's true. So let's talk. Let's get into it. What movie?
Yeah.
What movie are we talking about tonight, John?
We're talking about a 1984 underrated movie from director Amy Heckerling, who did Well, she did European Vacation, which I think is an underrated Chevy
Yes,
Chase.
very
I
much.
think it's a lot of fun.
Pig and a Poke.
What's that? Yeah, Picking a Poke. It's called Johnny Dangerously. It stars Michael Keaton and Joe Piscopo, and it's got a great cast. Joe Piscopo, for those of you who don't know, he had a career in the early 80s on SNL. And it didn't really go much further than that. But I think he's fantastic. And Johnny Dangerously is Danny Verman. And he is just such a dick, in the movie. He's a bad guy. He's the villain. And he's so good at it, and funny and sleazy and slimy. He's perfect cast. And of course, Michael Keaton at the height of his coolness.
Yeah, and he plays that character so well.
Pre-Batman, just kind of smug, cool. He's like, you want to be Johnny Dangerously, at least hang out with him, So I've always liked Michael Keaton's performance. In fact, people say, "What's your favorite Michael Keaton movie?" I always say Johnny Dangerously and Mr. Mom.
Mr. Mom. I was just about to say, is he coming off the heels of Night Shift right after?
Night Shift was, I want to say 82 or 83, maybe even 81. So he was coming off the heels of those. And I'm not sure. This Johnny Dangerously might, in fact, I think it was after Mr. Mom. So Mr. Mom, I think, really put him on the map.
Yeah.
Because that was a leading man role. Night Shift co-star, he wasn't the lead. It was Henry Winkler. He played a character named the Fonz in a TV show called Happy Days.
I thought it was called Shark Jumping.
No. Well, I don't want to give anything away, but that's something that happens in the show. Anyway, Michael Keaton, Joe Piscopo. It's got Marilu Henner, was just so, she's still beautiful to this day.
Yeah.
She follows me on Twitter. I'm so honored. Well, I am actually, because I'm like so happy, because she was not only in Johnny Dangerously, she was in Cannonball Run 2, which is another one of my favorites. She's just done so much work. She's in another movie that came out in the early 90s called Noises Off. Marilu Henner, look her up. She's just this beautiful actress who was she was just a go-to actress in the 80s and 90s. When you wanted a reliable comedic actress, you'd go to Marilu Henner.
So
Peter.
Hold on. Before we get really in depth.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to talk about what we're drinking.
Oh.
This is Real Drinks, and we not only talk about the movie, but we're going to talk, we're going to have some drinks that are either inspired by the movie or, you create one, but this is a little bit inspired. What are we drinking, John?
I'm drinking, normally for a movie like this, I would drink because it's like not a mafia, but like a gang comedy, like like glitzy crime era. I'm trying to find the right. Ollie, help me. It's Ollie, right? Yes. Help me. Okay.
So you're looking at a speakeasy. You're looking.
Yeah. See, what are you thinking? Gin, rum.
In the 20s. I mean, they drank whatever they had, really, in the 20s.
Perfect. I'm gonna drink whatever I have, which is vodka and LaCroix. I'm going to call it a vodka soda.
A vodka soda. I'm drinking a vodka soda as well.
Are you really? That's amazing. Mine's berry flavored.
Bathtub vodka.
Mine is Gremlins themed as well.
Mine is Cowboys themed. It's not a movie.
Ooh.
I have movie glasses. So
no. That's good though.
No, it's great. It's delicious.
I can't drink too much because it's only 5 something here, and I have to take the dog to the dog park, and I can't go drunk.
Oh no,
Don't go drunk to a dog park. I learned my lesson. I came home with the wrong dog. I'm like, I don't have a poodle. Where is my dog?
And your dog was hammered somewhere else. So we're drinking a little vodka soda.
Yes.
Enjoying talking about Johnny Dangerously. You were talking about the cast. Peter Boyle is phenomenal.
Peter Boyle from Everybody Loves Raymond, Young Frankenstein, some classics, and a cameo by Dom DeLuise.
Yes, he plays the Pope.
Who also was in Cannonball Run 2.
Dom DeLuise, man, I loved Dom DeLuise.
I did too.
Anything he was in, I thought he was phenomenal. Just funny. And his laugh always made me laugh, his little giggle.
Captain Chaos.
Cannonball Run with I can't remember the actor's name.
That's Dom DeLuise right here on my shirt. I wore my Johnny Dangerously t-shirt tonight because I knew it would come in handy one day.
Loving it.
Yeah.
Dom DeLuise, there was I don't remember the actor's name, but the doctor in Cannonball Run.
Jack Elam.
He always did this.
Yeah.
That stuck with me.
Yeah. Is that why you did that all the time at Nickelodeon?
Yes, yes. Because we
Yes.
were
See?
dealing with slime. I thought,
Ah, is that what it was?
yeah, that's what
All
it
right. You
was.
shouldn't have done that in front of the kids. I'm just saying.
Hey, they
It
got to
posed
learn somehow.
questions.
They got to learn
Okay.
somehow.
I guess so. I'm
Um,
still learning.
all right, Johnny Dangerously. What
Yeah.
drew you in? When was the first time you saw this movie? How old were you?
1984. I was 12. And it was, I actually saw the poster hanging up at the movies, and I'm like, this looks freaking awesome. I want to see this. And his initials are JD.
John Donahue.
Yeah, right?
Johnny Dangerous.
Johnny
Wow.
Dangerously. So I went to the Binghamton Plaza cinemas and saw Johnny Dangerously, and I loved it. It's it's like Airplane for like gangster films.
Yes.
And when the movie came out on video disc, now Ali, it is Ali still, right?
Yes, still.
Back in the day, a video disc was something that wasn't laser. It was a video disc. This is before laser discs, obviously before DVDs and Blu-rays and all that hoo-ha. This was actually like records inside of a plastic sleeve, and you took the plastic sleeve and you stick the whole thing into the player until it clicked. And then you pull the sleeve out, and the record was in there. You never touched the records. This literally was like there was a Flintstones bird inside that would talk to you, you know? So they were expensive. And as a 12-year-old, my job didn't pay that much. So I got my money from my family somehow. They were like 30, 40 bucks. They weren't cheap.
Yeah.
They were like, that's why everybody rented movies. Now, VHSs were more expensive because you'd actually would rent VHSs. You couldn't really find a place to rent a video disc. They were more for sale. They never really took off. And the thing about video discs, Ollie, is they would skip. Now, I'm not like if there was a scratch on them, you'd watch the movie and the whole thing would skip. It would skip.
Oh my God.
It was awful. So you try to handle it so gingerly. I remember we had one TV. Now, keep in mind, this is the early 80s. We had one TV. It was in the living room. And my mother had the Jane Fonda workout on video disc. And I'd have to give up my TV time so she could do in her leotards her Jane Fonda workout. So, when she wasn't home or when she wasn't looking, I'd take her disc and I'd skip it. I'd shake it, rather, so it would skip. So she'd be doing the Jane Fonda workout and just miss a few beats.
She just gets caught in just a never ending.
Yeah, she's constantly doing
I can't stop.
Yes, she was so tired sometimes. Jane Fonda did like this backwards somersault.
Body.
My mom was stuck I think she was in the ICU for a bit. But I bought this video disc of Johnny Dangerously. However, I got, maybe it was a gift, because I love the art so much. I loved the poster art so much that I wanted the video disc, and I just love the movie so much because of the artwork and the film. I can't explain it, but it all culminated into one thing, like Johnny just being the coolest thing. And and here's the real reason I know Johnny Dangerously word for word. I own three video discs. So those were the movies that it was The Empire Strikes Back, Johnny Dangerously, and Cannonball Run 2.
Wow.
Those were on Airplane 2. So I own 4. Airplane 2, the sequel, because I think it was like $8.
Wow.
But so you'd watch those movies constantly because we were on and off with HBO. It wasn't cheap. And we weren't a well-to-do family. We weren't well-to-do like you, Ali.
Oh, I know.
But like just a video disc player, my dad told me he's still paying for it. Like he still owes money on it. And that's been like 40 years.
It's on, what is it, layaway that Sears? He's still
paying it off. I don't even know where it is anymore. So I had those because of the cover art, and then I grew to, and I've always been a Burt Reynolds fan, but I saw Cannonball Run 2 and Johnny Dangerously in the theater because, there wasn't a lot to do in Binghamton, New York. But I loved, I guess it all goes hand in hand. I mean, I know Johnny Dangerously because I had that video disc, one of 4, and I'd watch it almost every other day.
Wow.
And it kept getting shorter and shorter because it was skipping. So by the time I was done with that movie, it was 8 minutes long.
Holy cow, that's great.
That includes end credits. Yes.
See, I didn't watch Johnny Dangerously until probably senior year in high school. Like I didn't.
Shit.
Yeah, 92. I'd never heard of it. I didn't know. And I think a friend of mine was like, "Hey, I got this movie. Let's watch this movie."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even know.
Johnny Dangerously, was that a thing in 92? Like, it was hard to get. Like, it never came out on Blu-ray.
He had it.
It's just a scarce movie.
He had it, and we
Really?
watched it. And I remember going, "Why didn't I know about this movie?"
It's fun.
And whenever anybody said they'd never seen it, I'm like, I have it. I have the movie. We're watching it. And I watched it so much in college, after college. Like, there's so
Really?
yeah,
I had
so
no
many
idea
people
that you and I have never talked about our love of Johnny Dangerously, and I've known
love
you
that movie.
for since '97.
Yeah,
How come we've never talked about this?
I don't know. I think it's because you don't like Mexicans.
Wait, you're Mexican?
Yes.
Something's wrong with the transmission. I can't. I can't. Does this zoom over?
So, okay. Well, then who better than to give us a little rundown? For
Can I
those,
mention something really quick?
yes, please.
We didn't mention one actress in it who I love. Well, first of all, Danny DeVito, not an actress, but he's in it.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of big players in this thing at
Mhm.
the time, anyway. And an actress by the name of Maureen Stapleton, not Jean Stapleton, who played
All in the
Edith
Family.
Edith Bunker. No, wrong Jean. Wrong Stapleton.
Wrong Stapleton.
Gene Simmons played.
Yes.
Yes. Maureen Stapleton was in a movie that I love dearly called Cocoon.
Yes.
So, I mean, Johnny Dangerously came out before Cocoon. So when Cocoon came out, I'm like, I already love this lady. She's so great. She was this older Irish. She played grandmothers, and she played Johnny Dangerously's mother, who made in the movie Chicken Noodle Soup with beer. Remember in Johnny Dangerously?
Yes.
Hey, Mom, what's that? What is that? It's beer. And she yelled that laundry. Anyway. I love Maureen Stapleton. Go ahead, Ollie.
She's
you think
phenomenal.
I'm drunk already, but I'm not.
She's phenomenal. Her comic timing in this movie is so good. It's so good.
I think either she won or definitely was nominated, but I think she did win. She won for a Robert Redford movie, which I've never seen, called Reds, and she like had an Oscar, and she was this hard drinking Irish actress, and I love her to death, and I love it. Like I have this thing for older actresses, I guess. Jessica Tandy. I guess it all came from my love of Cocoon.
Hot in Cocoon. Holy cow.
She really was. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so for those of you that have never seen Johnny Dangerously,
all of you.
I know. What are you doing? But let's give them a brief synopsis of Johnny Dangerously. What's it about?
The video disc is about 8 minutes. Okay, it's about a gangster named John. Okay, it starts out. Oh, geez, I don't know. This was going to be a part of the. Is this a trivia question?
No, trivia is at the end.
I'm going to lose
I'm
already.
We're just going to let them know what Johnny Dangerously is about.
Michael Keaton plays Johnny Dangerously, a criminal that his mom nor his brother, who's the DA, know that he's Johnny Dangerously. They think he's Johnny Kelly because that's his real name. Johnny Dangerously is his criminal name. No one can know that. Even the neighborhood knows, but not his mom and his DA brother. Even the Pope knows, played by Danny DeVito. It's a great scene in the movie.
Dom DeLuise.
And Dom DeLuise, not Dom.
Not Danny DeVito.
Dom Ferrigno. What?
You said played by Danny. You said the Pope played by Danny DeVito. I was like, no, Dom DeLuise. But
what is in this? There should be prohibition right now because I'm going to kill myself. Anyway, Michael Keaton. So nobody knows. And Danny Vermin, played by Joe Piscopo, as I mentioned earlier, wants to take over the criminal kind of the organization that Johnny Dangerously runs. So hijinks ensue.
Mm-hmm.
How's that? Is that a good synopsis?
That's good.
That's a good. I'm a Mario.
It's
a
Luigi.
Good.
You've got two rival gangs that are going at it.
Well, there's another rival gang. You Fargan Icehole.
Yeah, you've got the Dundee gang, which Piscopo
which
and
Michael
Keaton
Keaton's gang.
Yeah, they're both in that. And then you've got the Roman Maroney,
right?
His gang, the Maroney gang.
Right.
And he's no one knows where he's from. He's like, is he deported to Switzerland or something like that? Sweden, because he just said
people
he's
do
an ice hole.
Yeah, people will quote that. I'm always surprised when people know, because he says can I say the words instead of saying the F fucking asshole? He says Fargan Isel, you cork sucker. Like people still know, for some reason, Johnny Dangerously, like there's like a tiny cult following for it, and he always comes up this actor, and there's a scene where he sends a robot of himself and he shoots the machine gun, and and if you watch closely, it's him, and he's really holding still, and it always makes me laugh to see him holding so still and trying not to move. It's great.
Oh, it's so good. So there's the rival between them, the two rival families, and then Johnny's little brother finds out.
The DA,
The DA
played
finds out.
by
I do not remember his name.
American Werewolf in London. Oh shit, he was in After Hours. Do you have the connection to the internet? We can do IMDb.
I do.
I
have
feel
the
horrible because I
intranets.
can't remember his name, and I'm a
have
fan.
it.
I'm going to see if I can get it before you tell me.
Okay.
Just have a drink, folks, while we're doing this.
Okay. So that is. I got his name.
Hold on.
I've already got it.
I don't know. What is it? Griffin Dunne. Griffin Dunne.
No.
Yes, I did it. I did it. Before you said it, it came to me. Isn't that amazing? I'm gonna have a
Griffin
drink.
Dunne. There you go.
Yes.
Salud. So
I'm embarrassed.
he realizes that it's his brother, and he puts him away. He's dedicated to stopping crime.
Death row.
Death row puts him away. His own brother.
His own brother.
Turns out he was framed by Danny Berman.
Joe Piscopo.
Joe Piscopo's character.
Right.
So, there's a plot. Joe Piscopo is going to rub out the DA. He's going to kill him. Johnny escapes to save the day, and
sounds like a good movie. You do such a better job than I do. See, I don't like to give away spoilers like you just did.
It's 1984. They should know.
It's called
made in
Leave Them Wanting More, Ollie.
I don't know that. That's why I'm divorced. I don't know that terminology. I don't subscribe to leaving them. I give it all. Give it all right up front.
All right. Well,
so
that sucks.
So that's Johnny Dangerously in a nutshell. But it is very Airplane-esque. There's a lot of just asides, tongue in cheek.
It's silly.
Yes, very silly. One of my favorite scenes for the silly is Johnny Dangerously. He owns a pet store now, like in the present.
It opens the movie. It book opens the film because it's Johnny Dangerously, aka Michael Keaton, aka Johnny Kelly.
Yes.
Telling a young man who tries to steal a puppy at the beginning of the movie, while Michael Keaton is putting the price stickers on
That's my favorite.
Puppies.
He's got the
you know how you label cans with the price stickers? He's putting price stickers on puppies, and a little boy tries to steal a puppy. He's like, "Hey, crime doesn't pay, kid. Let me tell you a story." And then it all goes.
Whoa, what's going on? What's going on?
It always happens. It always does this
when I talk about the past.
So it's a silly movie, but knowing that going in, watching a fun gangster movie from the 80s, I mean, your testicles and you.
Your testes and you.
Your testicles and you. Yes, there's a whole scene in the movie where Michael Keaton's younger brother goes to visit him because he wants to have sex. And Michael Keaton's like, no, watch this video.
Your testes and you. And I love, and here's a little bit of trivia for those of you sports fans out there. If you watch this movie, and Your Testes and You, the animated character.
It's Your Testicles and You. They don't say testes, by the way.
I think it's testes.
No, trust me. I owned one of 4 video discs. It's testicles.
Okay. Your Testicles and You. The animated character that plays Your Testicles, I believe the Ohio State Buckeyes modeled their mascot based on that.
So Johnny Dangerously really is like this cultural, like people do know about it.
By the way, no, I'm making that up. I just fucking hate the Ohio State Buckeyes, and every time I see that Buckeye thing, I always think he looks like the testicles guy. He looks
now
like
Griffin Dunne, and they hate you.
Yes. Yes. So what are some of your favorite scenes in this movie? What like instantly comes to mind when somebody says, "Hey, do you know Johnny Dangerously?" Yes. What's the first scene?
Wow. I love the scenes with. Oh, I love the scenes. Really, I don't have any favorite scenes. This is really not a good film. I'm kidding. I do love the puppy store scenes, the wraparound of the pet stores. I love the scene that I mentioned earlier where Michael Keaton tells the neighborhood, gathers everybody around, hey, I'm not, and they have this whole speech rehearsed. You're not the notorious
Gangster
gangster Johnny
Johnny
Dangerously.
Dangerously.
You're the law-abiding citizen Johnny
Johnny
Kelly.
Kelly.
And then Danny DeVito comes in. He's the Pope. But Michael Keaton's constantly giving everybody a wad of cash.
You keep calling him Danny DeVito.
Oh, Danny. Well,
It's on your
Danny
shirt,
DeVito's
John.
in it.
He's
Danny
on your
DeVito's in it.
shirt. Dom DeLuise comes in. Yeah, and I'm at a Pope.
There's Danny DeVito.
There he is.
On my nipple. I love Dom DeLuise. So I've only had one of these, and I'm still on it.
Holy cow.
What about the scene?
Rona.
Call 911. The scene where they escape from prison, and they're the getaway car that they're in, the getaway car. If they put contact paper, shelf paper, all over the car, and so they every time they hear on the police radio, follow the blue car, and they peel off the blue and be black. Follow the black car, then it was Duckies and Bunnies, like a child's bedroom, and she's like, oh, I thought we could put that in Johnny Jr.'s room. Mary Lou Henner says, because she's a part of the breakout, and it's a funny scene. So there's a lot of fun. Oh, and the scene where how Michael Keaton does escape prison is his buddy from the gang dresses up as the priest who's reading him his last rites as he's walking to the electric chair, and he's pulling out pieces of the gun out of the Bible, and Johnny's concocting the gun, and you just listen to the prayer that he's telling him. It's, I missed the bus, you missed the bus. We all missed the bus.
Anti-Meridian, Uncle Meridian,
and
all the little
Meridians. See, it's perfect.
Oh, it's so great. And you're gonna know it, but the guy, the dispatch officer, is
Griffin
played
Dunn.
by
Alan Hale Jr. The Gilligan's big guy, the Monty Hall. What's his name? The blue shirted guy, the skipper.
The skipper for
Monty
Gilligan's
Hall.
Island. I know.
How would I come up with? I'm just yelling out random shit.
And that was the first time I'd ever seen him outside of Gilligan's Island.
Right?
Like I was like, oh, Skipper! It's the skipper!
Did people in the theater tell you, oh, you weren't in the theater when you saw it?
No, I saw it when I was.
Yes, Skipper was in it. There's another movie with the skipper in it and Gilligan. It's called Back to the Beach. With Annette Funicello and Pee Wee Herman.
Wow. When did that get made?
Ali, you have never seen Back to the Beach.
I've never seen Back to the Beach.
Okay. I'm really mad.
Whoa.
Like, fuming. It came out in the 80s. It's a riff. It's like Johnny Dangerously, but beach blanket bingo type movies. And that Funicello and Frankie Avalon are in it. Pee Wee Herman is in it. Who's the chick who just went to jail from Full House for faking her daughter? She's in it. Okay.
She was Uncle Jesse's girlfriend.
It's got Leave It to Beaver, and it's got Wally in it. It's got Mrs. Beaver. It's got it's got Don Adams from Get Smart. It's a great movie. It's called Back to the Beach. You have to find it. You can get it on iTunes.
I probably have seen it. It doesn't ring a bell.
I'm so mad right now.
Don't be. I love you.
Okay.
I love you.
You should see it. Anyway, back to Johnny Dangerously.
Now, this movie did not do well.
I don't know. Did it? I don't know. I was 12.
It didn't do great in the theaters, but it got a cult following. A lot of people watched it. I mean, there was a little kid in New York that bought like the disc.
Upstate.
Yeah, he was in New York.
And it came out in '84, in a couple of days before my birthday. So I think that was another reason I went to see it, because that was like my birthday movie.
And it came out during a time where other like period pieces were coming out, other gangster movies were coming out, and that one. I
didn't know that.
That one was.
You've done your homework.
I have.
When you say silly, why do you do a marionette?
Because it's silly.
You did. This is silly when it's like all of a sudden you're like a puppet.
It's silly, Bo.
It's silly. Yes.
I think one of the most memorable quotes from this movie, I think, or the most quotable ports this movie is, "You shouldn't kick me in the balls. My mother kicked me once."
Once.
Once.
That's another one. People always quote Danny Verman always saying once,
Mm-hmm.
and then you Farg and I saw. So there are takeaways from this film, which
there are a lot of
makes
them.
me happy. They make
So
fucking T-shirts. I mean, come on.
There are so many great moments in this movie, and then they, like, the kid when they were growing up, and he's like dancing. He's doing the
Yeah.
Charleston, and then he breaks
Yeah.
out and starts doing the windmill. He's throwing in break dancing moves. So
Can I interrupt right now, Ollie? Off topic for a second.
Okay.
Do you know who you look like with that headset on?
Who?
Have you ever seen The Empire Strikes Back?
Yes.
You look like Lobot. Guy in Cloud City with Lando.
I can't talk to you anymore.
What? You look like Lobot. And the fact that I know his name is fucking. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get
way too much
someday.
about films. Like most of the questions that I have for you, you've already answered.
I was an entertainment reporter for a while. I mean, I know this shit. It's what I do. I'm a dork. I was gonna tell you. Well, shit. The video disc. Something about. Sorry, Ollie. What were you saying? That maybe that'll help me. I interrupted you.
The film comes out. It came out with a bunch of
other movies.
Yeah, gangsters movies and stuff like that. It came in and it was silly, and that's when you started making fun of my.
Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I am.
See, one drink. I can't go to the dog park like this. The dog's gonna have to drive. So, on video disc, for years, I knew Johnny Dangerously until the DVD came out in the last decade.
Mm-hmm.
Or a couple of it recently came out in DVD, like when I say recent, like in the last 10 15 years, but I had the video disc all throughout the 80s. The theme song was done by Weird Al Yankovic.
Yes.
They lost the rights before the video disc came out, and the song in the movie, from what I saw in the theater to the video disc, was Let's Misbehave, which is a real song. Na, 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 na. I don't want to sing it right now. I'm tone deaf. But I didn't realize, I'm so used to watching the movie with the replaced song and that they had taken Weird Al out. When the DVD came out, I'm like, this is a whole nother fucking movie now. You know, this whole new intro. It's crazy that they got the rights back from Weird Al. Why would
Life is Good or what is
Life?
it?
Yeah, something like that. But
something, yeah.
But for the video disc, it's Let's Misbehave.
Yeah. This is the life, I think.
This is the life. It's not, but it's not Weird Al. I'm like, what a missed opportunity to maybe they would have sold more video discs. Anyway, isn't that an interesting piece of trivia?
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, it's true because, and I wonder if that's ever happened in other movies, like where they.
Oh yeah, it has. 16 Candles, Breakfast Club. I think Johnny Dangerously was it Fox? It was Fox, which is not even a Fox anymore. But those movies, for some reason, on video didn't have they couldn't. There was a lot of songs from the '80s that were in the film and during its theatrical run that they couldn't get when it hit home video. And then up until recently, Universal put all the original music back in.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
All right.
Do you think that this movie, if it were made now, would be popular? Would get? No. You don't think so? Why?
I don't know. Are zany, wacky comedies popular now? Like, would they be? I know they did the Scream movies. What are they called? The scary movies, which were like a decade ago as well. But they're like the horror genre, parodies. But I don't know. There is another underrated film which I might actually watch tonight again. It's not on Blu-ray, but it's called Top Secret with Val Kilmer.
Yes, Top Secret.
That movie is a takeoff on World War II films and action films. And it's hysterical. There's an underwater fight. Now, it's not CGI because they didn't have it in the 80s. It literally is an underwater fight. They have a saloon fight underwater, and they did it in a tank. It's insane. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The stuff that they did back in the 80s, I mean, without the CGI, it was all in front of the camera. Like, you had to do it.
Yeah, and that's the best. Well, who would play Johnny if they made it now? And I guess that all depends. It would be John Hamm.
No, John Hamm couldn't pull that off. Would
it be?
It's got to be somebody who can do that old school.
I think Bill Murray should play the boss's part, the Peter Boyle's part.
Jocko Dundee.
Jocko Dundee would be great.
Yes.
And then you get, or you know what's even better? If they remade that today, Michael Keaton could play Jocko Dundee.
Yes. Yes, he could. That would be great.
And then you'd get a Michael Keaton-ish type character, an actor, not character, but just an actor to play Johnny Dangerously. Who would that be? Bill Murray. He's a little older.
What about like a James Franco?
Or a Dave Franco. I don't know if James Franco is doing a lot right now. I know Dave is doing things.
Who's Dave Franco?
That's his brother.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know he had an actor brother.
Oh, he does.
Oh, okay. Well, he does, Ali. God.
Who would play Johnny? Not a James Franco. Although I think James Franco is very talented. I just think you need somebody with some verve and pizzazz. You got to have the quick timing and the the thing and the Michael Keaton-esque. Who's the closest thing we have? Robert Pattinson?
No, God, no.
What? He's Batman. He's Batman. All right.
Maybe you know who might be able to pull that off. What's that kid's name? Or he's not a kid anymore.
Billy Mooney.
Yes. No.
Macaulay Culkin.
No. Third Rock from the Sun, and he became.
Oh, he's funny. I like him. Griffin Dunn.
No. Dang it! He's got 3 names.
Boy, this is a great movie show, huh?
I know, right? We've got it down. Well, it's not. When I created this, it wasn't meant to be informative. It's just entertaining.
I don't know if he looks like. A Johnny Dangerously though.
No, you don't think he can?
I don't know.
Maybe a Ryan Reynolds.
All we do, Ryan Reynolds could pull it off, to be honest with you. And it would make money because of his Daredevil fame. And if they do a Lobot spinoff for Star Wars, I'm going to talk to some people for you. Because you have to play Lobot.
So we've got Johnny Dangerously. Ryan Reynolds there.
That's great. That's perfect casting.
Who's Vermin?
Michael Keaton plays Johnny. Plays Jocko Dundee.
Who's Vermin?
Danny Vermin, the bad guy, originally played by Joe Piscopo. You have
what about what's his name? Hawkeye. What's his name? The guy that plays.
Oh, Alan Alda's way too old to play him.
You just showed your age hard.
I said Billy Mooney earlier, and I've never watched Lost in Space in my life. For some reason, it just came out. I'm like, how the fuck do I have Billy Mooney trapped in my subconscious somewhere?
Yeah, the guy that plays Hawkeye.
Ooh, okay. The go-to guy would be Ryan Reynolds, obviously, but you know what I do? Ryan Gosling.
He does have that kind of smart.
I would pick him in a heartbeat. Have you seen him in The Good Guys or Nice Guys or whatever it is?
Maybe Ryan Reynolds plays the Piscopo part.
Fuck, yes, we just cast the movie.
Boom.
Yep. Michael Keaton, Ryan Reynolds, and
now who's Maroney?
Who's Maroney? Oh yeah. Oh well, that doesn't matter. We'll figure it out, Ali. I'm gonna be
okay.
Maroney.
So Mary Lou Henner, Scarlett Johansson.
Everybody goes. I love ScarJo. Don't get me wrong. But I think we'll figure that out later.
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams is perfect. Ali, you should be a casting director. What are you doing? What are you doing working in children's clothing at Penny's?
The benefits are great, you know.
You see, I had to concoct.
I've got
that
a 401k.
Whole thing, and it's like a Mad Libs in my head. I have to fill in that blank line. Remember those?
Give me an adjective. Give me a verb. Give me a
Who's going to play Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito can still play.
Dom DeLuise can play Danny DeVito.
I don't think so. I think he's going to be hard to come by. Oh my God. So we've cast it now. We've got the updated version. We're going to cast it. We got to throw.
Who's going to play Ma Kelly? Played by Maureen Stapleton. She's a big character.
We got to have
his little brother, Griffin Dunn's character.
I think the little brother, Simon. Was it Helberg? Wolowitz from Big Bang Theory.
I've never seen it.
Have you seen? Okay, did you see?
I honestly think we can get Danny DeVito to play Danny DeVito's character.
I think he could do it again. I think it would be great to do the same character.
Yeah, because he's still popular.
Gosh, he plays. It's Meryl Streep. She's a singer, but she's horrible. She's a horrible singer. It's based on a true story. That movie,
I know you're talking about rock something. Yeah, I know what you're
something
talking
like
about.
that. But he's the piano player. He's the accompanist. He's kind
Playtone
of tiny.
produced. Yeah,
So
I've never seen it.
he would be good. But who
Yeah,
plays
well, but
Maureen
we got
Spanish?
the major players cast.
Yeah, but Ma Kelly
Ryan
is
Gosling
so
and the
good.
other guy are perfect.
Ryan Reynolds.
Perfect.
Like the
Ryan Reynolds and
Ryans.
Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling
It's a
so perfect.
it's a Ryan rivalry. A Ryan rivalry.
Ryan
A Ryan
Fest.
rivalry.
Right. All right, let's move on from casting our not really going to get remade movie.
I know, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be remade. This is a great movie.
Sure, it should. Everything should be.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Princess Bride.
Can I just talk to you about Princess Bride?
Oh God, here we
I
go.
never got into it. Never got into it. Never.
This concludes our show. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Well, good. I'll have time to watch Back to the Beach.
How do you not get into Princess Bride? Come on.
How could you not see Back to the Beach?
I think I have seen it. It's on a beach, right?
Oh,
Frankie
okay.
Valli?
Wait. I think I have seen Princess Bride, so I'll have to check it out.
I hate you. Anyway. So, okay. So let's talk. And you're going to get all of these right. You're going to get every one of these right.
Now there's pressure.
Trust me, you're going to get all of these right.
All right.
So I start off the first 5, and I always do like little softball questions for the trivia on this. And then
I wasn't good in gym class.
So
speaking of dog parks and gym class, my dog isn't really socially, like, he's getting there. He's a rescue, and I take him to the park and I throw the ball and he runs to get it, but then he doesn't pick it up. He just stands by it. It was like me in gym class.
he just looks at it and goes,
yeah, because he's like, oh my God, my dog is me. That's like,
because your dog is about to train you, because you're going to go get the ball. You're going to come back and you're gonna keep trying.
Yeah, he's going to train me.
And it's going to be like, see, I got you.
And then I pick up his shit too. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
Dude,
I'm taking him back.
So, okay, before we get into the trivia questions, where do you rank Johnny Dangerously in, let's just say, 80s movies? Where do you put
Oh, well, we're talking a decade of magic here. I wouldn't know where to rank it. Favorite comedies, Vacation, Chevy Chase. Favorite comedies, Back to the Beach, Cannonball Run 2, Airplane. I put it, it's in there. It's certainly not one of my...
So then let's just go with, you got 10 stars. How many stars you give in this movie?
Out of 10? Can we just do the Netflix 4?
We could do the Netflix 4 if you want.
There used to be a Netflix 4. I give it 3.5.
3.5 stars out of 4.
Maybe 4, actually. You know what? I love it so much, I'll give it 4. My dog's waiting by the door. I think he has to go out, so maybe we should do these
trivia. All right,
trivia
let's get the
questions.
trivia real quick.
Buddy, I'm almost getting there, okay?
All right, here we go.
You can see him right by the door. Where is he?
There he is. I saw him.
No, he's right here.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. I know you got to pee. I'm sorry.
He might have to poop. Who knows? All right, let's talk.
All right, here we go. This is going to be easy.
All right.
What stars of Taxi were also in this film?
Mary Lou Henner, Dana DeVito, and Harrison Ford.
Number 2.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. What TV commercial was parodied in this movie? There was a TV commercial.
Is it Bud Light or Miller Time? Bud Light. The Budweiser horses. Bud.
Is that your final answer?
It's Bud Light. It's Budweiser.
Okay, you are way off. It is Schlitz malt liquor beer.
Fuck, it was a beer.
It was the when he gives him the red.
Yeah, I know. You set me up because you said you're going to get every one of these.
The bull comes in and boom.
So much pressure.
You got 1 down. Number 3, who comes over to borrow a cup of bullets?
Mrs. Capone.
Mrs. Capone. And this one you already answered. What is Johnny?
These are good questions, by the way.
What is Johnny's rival's name?
Danny Vermin.
Speaking of Danny Vermin, what kind of gun does he use?
Oh, it shoots through schools.
It does.
I don't even. You can't say that now. When I watched it, I was like, wow. You can't say that now. It is a I don't know. It's a Smith & Wesson. I don't know.
It's an 88 Magnum.
I don't know. 88 Magnum.
And
that's
it's got
right.
The long barrel.
Yeah.
The 88 Magnum.
It shoots through schools. Yes, terrible.
Okay. What three?
I think we should tell people really quick how dedicated we are to this podcast, because we had to re-edit this really quickly because right before the trivia questions, my dog just started throwing up, and I had to chase him around the house.
He is
picking
not
up
a fan
vomit.
of this podcast.
No, he heard Ali, and immediately you hear the whoop, 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 and then I was like, oh God. And you were talking, I'm like, where's he? What's he doing? What's he doing? And then it's like, holy fuck, he's throwing up everywhere.
Here we go.
We are not going to the dog park.
What three things happen when the old man gets hit in the head? He gets hit 3 times by a newspaper. What happens?
By the way, that old man is
yes,
the teacher from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes, he is. Ray Walston.
Ray Walston. My Favorite Martian movie. It was a TV show.
Yep.
TV show.
Yep.
He gets hit in the head. I think he goes blind first, right? We forgot. Yeah, blind.
Hold on. I'll give you something.
Wait.
I'll say it this way first. I'll say it this way. No. But I think it'll help if I tell you the character name or the actual character.
All right.
Blind old man. What happens?
He goes blind. He forgets who he is, and then he's deaf.
Okay. I'm going to give you partial credit. You got enough. I'll give it to you. What happens is he's already blind.
I haven't seen this movie in weeks.
He gets his sight back first.
Oh, semantics.
But he goes deaf. He gets his sight back. He loses his hearing.
I got vomit dripping from my fingers.
And then
I have things to worry about.
And then he gets amnesia. He's like, I could see again, and I could hear, and I could see. But who am I?
But who am I?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm really sucking at this trivia. Thanks
You're
for
doing
setting
well.
me up with like, you're gonna ace it. You're the best, man. You got this.
Who played Mr. Dundee's driver?
Oh God, that would be the football guy, right, with the mustache. Yeah, him.
Yes.
I don't remember his fucking name. The guy, I get it right because I don't know football.
You get it right. I'll give it to you, Dick Butkus.
Dick Butkus, thank you.
There you go. This one was tricky. I got this one. You'll probably get this one because you've seen it enough. Ma Kelly, when she's at the theater,
right?
She orders
whitefish.
You already answered the question. I was going to say she orders popcorn, Milk Duds. What's the last thing she orders?
She wants whitefish, but you think it's going to be like it's going to be like candy. It is literally a fish. They wrap up her.
What does Johnny say to the warden when the warden says, "Do you have any last words?"
Well said. I can't remember.
That's what he says.
Yes, but I just started to
think about what's happening right before that moment.
He's got the gun. Yes, I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie.
He says nothing. He just goes. Ch-ch.
Thank you. Last words? So I was right. I got the well said part.
He does say well said. Yes, I'll give you partial credit.
That was a trick question.
This one you've already answered. The last calling all cars announcement finds Johnny and his accomplices dressed as none. What's on the car?
Well, shelf paper.
But the pattern.
Duckies and bunnies.
Duckies and bunnies. And I will give you, this is a bonus question.
What do I get? First of all, you're giving me
things.
Can you give me a dog that doesn't vomit all over the house?
That can't happen. All dogs vomit at some point.
Okay. At least they give you a warning.
What is the last line of the grapevine right before Johnny gets it right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I will give you if you get most of it right, I'm going to give it to you.
They're going to kill somebody at the Savoy Theater. Pass it on. Johnny's going to kill Johnny's mother at the Savoy Theater. Something like that. I don't remember.
The last one right before him, the guy goes, Johnny and the mothers are stomping at the Savoy in Vermont tonight.
Dude, they're going to kill.
Berman's going to kill my brother at the Savoy.
How'd you know? Oh, I know this grapevine.
All right, you got like 4.
I got the lines after the line you wanted.
John, thank you so much for joining me, brother. It's been a blast. Tell everybody where they can
Johnny,
find you.
Johnny Dangerously,
Yes,
right here.
JD and JD. Tell everybody
Look at
where they can
that.
find you on social media, whatever. Where
On
they
my
can see you.
couch. I'll be picking up Vomit at John Donahue, JONDONAHUE. I talk about movie shit and whatever comes to mind. You know, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty easy to find.
Anything, any projects coming out that we should be on the lookout for?
Everything that I did is, well, I did a movie recently, but I understand it's all gotten changed, so I don't want to talk about it. But American Pickle is on HBO Max, and Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2, I think, is coming to Disney Plus.
Nice.
I play a German Shepherd who vomits everywhere, and also the vomit part is not true. And there was another movie.
Oh, I got something else for you. Because I
God,
just
what?
noticed it on HBO Max.
I've always wanted to be one of those actors to go, what else do I got coming out? Instead of going, nothing.
I believe HBO Max has Men of a Certain Age on there.
They do. Season 2, I'm in 2 episodes of Men of a Certain Age.
Yes,
we shot that literally a decade ago with Ray Romano, one of the sweetest people on the planet. But yes, Men of a Certain Age. So I should be getting residual checks.
No more
should
for you, dude.
Which should get me through COVID. I have to go down and get some paper towels to clean up all this dog vomit.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, man. Good luck to you with this vomit.
Well said.